Hello. Once again, we will be sculpting feet and enjoying Kool-Aid. From a monster's head.
So how much more do you think you have to go?
I don't really know. I'm just kind of winging this one. There's certainly some more smoothing to do around the leg itself, and the detail definitely needs to happen. The bottom of the foot is still in a very rough place, so it'll be probably at least one more.
Like one more after today?
I would think so. But we will see. Okay. I'll wait to see if anybody pops into chat. Just doing some basic fine rake work. Out some of these lumpy bumpies. We did make a first pass at some initial texturing on the toes. Tuesday. Returned.
Mm-hmm. No paint showing up today?
I don't know.
Also, tell us a story about what you're doing.
I'm just doing some fine raking and take down some of this texture a little before I go with a finer polishing tool. I do need to work some of these wrinkles in a bit better. Now that I have this going in a direction, I feel like I sort of like I can do a bit more surface type things. Areas with my fine, reasonably soft and flexible guitar string rake. It's pretty good for blending in general, but these irregular shapes, it's very helpful. So at the end of the last stream, I did use a thinner with it's about 80% alcohol, maybe 15 to 18% um, paint thinner, mineral spirits, the odorless kind, and just a dash of isopropyl myristate. I don't do a lot of work with the chemical thinners on these sculptures. I feel like it gives kind of a mushy look to the blending. I mostly prefer just my stiff brushes. So I'm going back in and crisping up some of these wrinkly areas. Spends a lot of time doing for sculptures like this, going in and softening things and then stiffening them back up, softening them more. It's good to have layers of texture, I find. This is one of the few sort of commercially available tools that I use. It's a Kemper W21. Small wire loop. Spatula end isn't bad, but I don't find I use it a ton. I probably should go in and narrow it out a little. It's one of the reasons I don't use it much is doesn't fit well with the other side of the tool. I find it's a little too broad. To work nicely with the very fine wire loop. texture is really going to be make or break on this sculpture. Do have some plans to work in some sort of ritual looking tattoos, or like maybe scarification kind of marks. Probably around the ankle somewhere. You don't have any sound on the video because I'm not making any sound. Hey,
He's not doing his job.
I am doing my job. My job is sculpting.
Oh, look what you made her do. I guess that's one reason to have the background music.
Yeah.
So at least it's not just dead silent.
What up, Pain? Hmm. Same. Didn't do a whole lot of sleeping last night. But I am running the kiln as well tonight.
What happened? What did you do, Pain?
Oh, the steering wheel lock. If you
Couldn't get to start. Oh, if you don't have it in park, sometimes it won't start.
Well, it will almost never start if you don't have it in park. But I think the wheel lock is a. It's just a thing that happens occasionally. Yeah. Yeah, I do seem to remember you having that issue with the last one too.
Won't somebody think of the children things?
I'm not really sure what the point of it is. It's like if you don't have the steering wheel, like if you have it cockeyed when you stop or something, it doesn't want to work. I have no idea why it would be. Yeah, it's. I think it might have something to do with the power steering. Because until you get the car started, the power steering pump isn't working. And apparently there's a black magic ritual involved. I mean, what do you sacrifice to a Subaru? Tacos?
Granola.
Granola?
So that was the problem. You put pizza in the car, but you didn't offer any to the car.
I remember when she offered, I believe it was garlic knots to her car.
Grease the dash.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's kind of like the way Jamie offered the van a beverage that time. Oh, I think I can actually see most of the text this time.
Mm-hmm.
What was weird on Tuesday, I don't know if it was zoomed in a little bit or something. So wherever the little grabbers on the edge of the screen were, like it would cut off word. That's fair pay. I don't think this is going to be a tremendously exciting one. It's going to be a lot of it in wrinkling. And then probably some retooling with some of the like tendons and stuff, because this will probably get obscured a bit too much with all the foot skin wrinkles. Nope, just just a lot of quiet sculpting time. Trying to get these wrinkles in. Hmm?
Edited her again.
Editor.
or censored.
Oh. Twitch does not appreciate her pouty mouth.
Nope.
We're not that kind of foot related Twitch stream. Huh. I mean, so is it supposedly some kind of weird safety thing? Like, no,
What do you mean?
the wheel
Oh,
locking
the wheel.
thing. That doesn't make. I wonder what possible.
Censored the word idiot.
So, if you. Oh, okay. I suppose. Like, if you're parked on a hill, you can point your wheels toward the curb. But that's usually not. It's usually fine in most cars to just do that. And they don't need to lock it in. I know I've had issues with cars where if the wheel was turned a bit too far, the key won't release. But that's more of a bug than a feature, as far as I know. Yeah, I don't know. I know the ignition switch can get a little bound up. Did you try twisting the lever or twist some knobs and pull some levers? Stereo control. Yes, well. You have on steering wheel stereo controls too? Do you? Well, yeah, you would do. The mom van assumes that you couldn't possibly handle removing your hand from the wheel.
It's pretty much standard. Like all of them have it now.
All of them have it now?
Yeah.
don't know whether it's impressive or sad that I know you're making a Family Guy joke there. You'd think if any car wasn't going to assume that there were kids in it, it would be a Subaru. Yeah, it's getting there. I'm not not mad about it. The ankle. Get some of these really heavy, like heel cracks in. Yeah, Subarus do have some hippie mom cred, although I think that title was held by the Volvo station wagon for a while. Well, yes, Volvo doesn't isn't still making cars. I mean, at least the Subaru still has a reasonable manual. I've seen a couple of car manuals now that are they have only the most basic stuff and then point you to the website. Throw up the Subaru signal. Um, Good question. I mean, it would probably be the Subaru logo. Maybe some crystals. Pair of scissors. I mean that uh, the stereotype came from somewhere. I wouldn't know where, but it is known. Got another kiln load running tonight. Just a low fire, but it's got one interesting thing in it anyway. Angie's uh, last unicorn painted mug. We're fixing the underglaze so that it can be more easily handled while she's doing up the rest of the decoration. I don't think she's put out many images from it with the last unicorn
I
thing.
think I put it on Blue Sky.
Did you put it on Blue Sky?
Yeah, maybe. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna do tonight.
What?
That Mandalorian peel.
Oh, yes. No, Blue Sky isn't not bad. It might be getting better, but it's not quite as image only based as hmm?
I think they're
Well, yeah, they're trying to like I think it's technologically capable-ish enough, but the the content on it.
I just sent you the. No, Blue Sky is the
No.
left version of that.
Yes.
What is it? Truth Social is the conservative side. Blue Sky
Well,
is the
I
other
think
way.
I think Truth Social is the ultra crazy conservative side. Just
Yeah,
regular X is the regular conservative one.
this is Twitter.
Yes, it is Twitter.
Yeah, no, Blue Sky is very, very left.
Yeah.
Blue Sky is very kumbaya.
Is it? Probably.
I mean, it's trying to be open sourcey.
Oh, I mean, there's nothing wrong with open sourcey.
No, I know, but it means it's like they're not trying to monetize it. Like it's not a company to make profits.
No, adorable.
I know it might be temporary,
Huh.
and also the way the login works, um, and the way your, I guess, data is stored. The idea is it can be portable to different places.
Mm-hmm. Well, one of the things that they don't do is they're not a very AI friendly environment.
No.
They have lots of.
I'm not sure if that's where specifically Instagram creators like. There are a few different social networks I think that are more image based, but like right now there is a big exodus from like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of them
Mm-hmm.
heading over to Blue Sky. Like it's blowing up, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know if it's still doing that.
It might. Well,
It was. There were a lot of people that were annoyed with the. Well, they were annoyed with Meta and Instagram specifically about the training AI stuff. So
yeah.
they dumped over to Blue Sky. A lot of art accounts. And then
The problem is like Blue Sky isn't really an Instagram equivalent. It's more of a Twitter equivalent.
yeah.
Other than Truth Social,
What?
Jen says don't remember which one was super conservative.
I mean, I don't.
A different one.
I think that's just.
No, I don't think there was.
There
I
was
don't
a.
remember either.
I know there was. Um.
Hey,
Hmm?
it's going to darken up
Oh
in
yeah.
the firing,
Yes.
so hopefully it remains cool colors.
I think it'll be pretty solid,
Yeah.
and you'll have the opportunity to like change stuff because we're not. It's not a.
Be gone.
It's not. It's not going to be a full fire. It's just going to be another bisque. So. Yes, and she was very amused by a bot on Blue Sky earlier.
That was your first Blue Sky.
Was it uh Amper Me? Stupid sexy tree.
That's all.
It's kind of like the design on the peg leg cat, and the skeleton was good. That's an interesting, I guess, alternative for a thirst trap Halloween costume. I respect it. Yeah, I like this much better than the solvent for this job. If that's, I hope that's coming through fairly well on camera. All the wrinkly details and stuff that I've been working on. Otherwise, it's just going to look like I've been manhandling the same foot for the whole stream.
I mean, all your little wormy dealies on the knuckles, the toe knuckles,
Yeah.
they were very more pronounced.
Yes. No, they're not. This brush is great for bringing back that difference in texture, that little bit of polish on the high spots. Um, well, I will see once the wrinkles and stuff get added over the top. I think they'll be blended in sufficiently that they won't bother me, but if they do, I'll just move them a little. I think there's also going to be some generalized kind of lumpy, not quite cellulite, but in that neighborhood texture on some of the ankly meat. Where did I? There it is. A very messy portion of the scalp. Lots of clay boogers. Oh, probably, actually. Get that caffeine down. Oh, my timer is going to go off in 2 minutes or so. Just needs, the next in the order.
Do I?
You should do.
Wait, no?
Okay, so it's the top one, and then not the one right below it, but the other one.
Okay.
I am drinking from someone's shrunken head.
So you go 1, 3, 2, 4.
Yeah. Yeah, that way they all spend the same amount of time on. Yeah, I had a Pepsi, they call it Pepsi Zero now, going. It's what it's labeled.
I'm gonna call it Pepsi Max.
Yes. Well, it has a lot more caffeine still than regular Pepsi, which was needed today, but I don't find it very refreshing as a beverage. Um, this stuff is more highly caffeinated. It's got
May not actually say.
it does.
Does it?
Yeah, 50 milligrams, whereas regular Pepsi, I believe, is 35 mil. And then there's the other I don't really mind. The biggest problem I have with the diet sodies is um I tend to take it in place of coffee early in my day, which I don't like to eat anything. Bang. Yeah, no bang. Bang is, I think, all zero calorie and maximum caffeine. First thing is doesn't work well for me. They are like they're like 300 and something mil. That's the extreme solution. Getting getting too old for that shit. Yeah, nothing. Well, I mean, honestly, that's not that significantly different from a big, like a larger sized coffee. One of your coffees almost assuredly has that much caffeine in it.
Well, I guess it depends on.
Well, it depends on the brew strength and what
Yep.
size. And
So 12-ounce cup
yes,
of brewed coffee may contain 113 to 200.
yeah. And you've never had a 12-ounce coffee in your life.
I have two, like 16 ounces a day.
Yes. And they are most likely at the higher end of the
Yeah.
caffeine
So if we
scale.
assume 200 milligrams of coffee,
Yeah, your caffeine consumption is remarkable.
I try.
But nothing will ever beat the time I decided to do I was using energy drinks as a like a pre-workout kind of thing, which is fine when they are, like a Monster that has 3 to 500 calories in it. Or I don't think it's quite 500 calories. I think they're 350, 325 calories, something like that. But, enough to get through a a reasonable workout. Replacing that with a diet, so no calories, 300 milligrams of caffeine, and deadlifts is not the way to start the day. It can really sneak up on you. What you doing?
Creatively Unique Boutique
Oh,
shared a thing with us in the story,
oh,
in her story.
cool. Yeah, we've had a couple of those the last couple of days.
Shares?
Yeah. Chuck got his mug. He shared it today or yesterday.
I should add
Um, Bradward shared
that.
his mug the other day.
Did you
Did I what?
do anything?
Did I
Fail. Did you
what?
fail?
Apparently, what did you want me to do with it? I reacted to it and said thank you.
So usually what I do if somebody posts a story is we have under our highlights we have
Mm-hmm.
share the love highlight. So if we add it to ours, we can
Oh,
put it in that
okay.
highlight.
Nope, I did not do any of that.
All right. Okay.
I've never done any of that. No, I forget who else.
Need to do anything about that.
It's been I don't know. I don't know who's shared stuff recently, but it's been 3, 4, 5 times past couple of weeks. I mean, you're allowed to pay attention to Instagram too.
Everything. It's fine. It's not.
But yeah, I think Chuck just shared it today. Was it today or yesterday? Oh yes, the foot video was a good one. wasn't able to credit the audio because I have no idea where that originally came from. Probably time to work on the bottom of this feet. Try and clean all the little crumblies off. Had the yummy mummy, or what did we decide? Fruit in common. Drying since Saturday now, and I think I will be able to cast it starting tomorrow. Do us a favor, love. Make a note of fruit uncommon. Can
If Vera has the chance to actually work on it.
Hmm?
She said, I'm just waiting to see what Vera does.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, she has been getting excited about some of the stickery things.
Yes.
Recently, so.
Well, we have all those Star Wars book covers and the Princess Leia, Rosie the Riveter crossover thing. So I want to make magnets out of those.
You know, there's the
a bunch of magnets.
There's the Porkins painting in the other room still.
Well, I haven't done anything with that yet.
No.
Can it just be Porkins? No.
It could be. It could very well be.
Maybe. Throw it on the pile. Throw it on the to-do list.
Uh-huh. Yeah, the to-do list is fairly extensive.
It is. Speaking of, like, unless
We've had so much stuff to do. Good news is the wife is
What now?
finally starting to kind of develop a sense of urgency around the right time before a show. Not
Our first show coming up is in like 2 months, and I'm like, we gotta get on this now.
yeah, instead of 2 weeks before it.
It's crazy.
Going, what's now? What am I gonna do for that thing?
Just like Magnets needs to happen
Well,
because our next show is not May 4th. So
yeah.
I want to have those Star Wars.
I know.
Yes.
I know why you're doing it.
Instead of hoping the kiln finishes the night before.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not trying to be doing that. I don't want to be up until 7:45 in the morning the day before a show. Again. Nope, the kiln has been behaving itself very nicely the past few runs. It will eventually need an element change, but everything is really enjoying the, well, I don't know about everything. My wife's work is very much happy with the firing speed that it finishes right now. It has a pretty reasonable amount of time to soak, which is kind of hard to achieve in a fully manual kiln like that, because we don't have dial controls. We just have 4 switches for the elements, and 3 elements won't climb the last few degrees up to a cone 6 fire. So you need all of them on in order to get there. But if it was 4 brand new fresh elements, it would climb fairly reasonably quick.
Yeah, eventually we're trying to hold off on that as long as possible.
Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna try going against advice a little bit and only replacing 1 element at a time. To try and even out the firing cycles, rather than replacing all the elements all at once, which is the conventional wisdom. I think it's primarily about saving effort in terms of just having to open it up. but it might also it might also be a little uneven load on the various elements because the resistance changes. So it might it might wear it might wear the fresh element slightly more quickly. But yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff with pottery in particular, but I mean crafts in general that kind of rules and guidelines get passed down without really anyone questioning why that's a suggestion. Sometimes it's really hard to parse out like who who to listen to on some of those things. I have not seen the Vincent Price cooking videos. I knew he did them, but I haven't actually watched any. Used to be a lot of fun in interviews too. I just saw a video on Instagram of a clip from the Late Show where Stephen Colbert was interviewing um, Gary Oldman, and they showed him a clip where they just added fart noises to a lot of his roles, and he was absolutely dying laughing. It's the heel cracks in here. There's a couple of crazy things on Tubi that we still need to see, like Catnado, and there's another one on up here that is Hardware Wars, which is a mid 80s, like clearly very fan made Star Wars parody. Hardware Wars. I'm pretty sure it was Hardware Wars. I assume it is also available in the US. We also have on the list um, Parasite Lady, which I am interested to see. Uh, Actually, someone we sort of know is in that movie. Um, she's been in a couple of independent things, and has one of our horror hostess mugs too. Um, I'm a little disappointed the one of the effects companies that's somewhat local to here, Butcher Shop Effects, has a few projects that they've been working on, either out now or releasing soon, but they don't seem, whatever companies they tend to work with don't seem to be licensing to Tubi or any place that we have stuff. Forget the name of the movie that they're releasing very soon, but it looked interesting. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that Prime has, but you have to pay for. But honestly, I don't think we've watched anything on Prime, and
Just Lower Decks on repeat.
oh, okay, yeah. Well, I haven't watched anything on Prime in forever. Oh, from the mouth of madness.
In the Mouth of Madness was shot up here.
Was it?
Yep.
Are you? Do you just happen to know that, or are
I
you?
do.
Oh, why do you just happen to know that?
Because there's a church that we used to pass all the time going up to. It's on the way up to Christus,
Okay.
and it was because John was a huge horror movie buff.
Oh, it's an older horror movie.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I wonder where that would be available. Some of those just simply aren't really available anymore. There was one I saw.
Samuel freaks me out a bit.
I saw an older movie. I want to say it looked like late 80s or so, maybe 90s. Yes, it apparently it does also contain Sam Neill,
Yes, it does contain Sam.
who apparently also freaks my wife out a little bit. I thought he was good fun in Event Horizon.
See, that's why he freaks me out a little because of that movie.
I liked that movie. Um, oh, the John Carpenter one.
Yes.
I do remember a Lovecrafty horror film that was a John Carpenter. I haven't seen that one in ages, but I do remember it vaguely. That one and uh, there was another one called like The Gate or the I mean, pretty well liked for a Lovecraft movie is not saying as much as you would think. I want to say one of the best received The Gate. Yeah. Is that's the one where they're like they opened up an evil portal in this church? I
That's
think
I mean, that, Flash, there's probably more.
yes. This one is not the Muff Madness. It's either The Gate, it's not the church because the church is the one um it's got Argento's daughter in it. And also one of the like freakiest, like weird Satan rapey things in it. It's worth a watch. The church. That one is available on Tubi. Um, areas that need cleaning up. Didn't they have some cool claymation team? I think they were stop motion. I don't. I think they were. I think they were stop motion puppets. There was also a like this weird kind of like writhing corpse pile orgy thing scene that was there was a really cool effect. I think it was shot as a combination of like puppetry and just some people in like body paint, makeup, and suits, and like some prosthetic stuff. But it's pretty wild. It's a very goatly Satan in that one. Uh, yeah, yeah. It's if you look up the church Satan, if you've seen it, you'll definitely recognize it because very it's a very recognizable effect. I'm trying to think the other reasonably good or interesting thing that I've seen on that Tubi had lately. I do need to make a Satan. I don't know if I'm gonna do a horned If I do a horned version, it won't be like the usual ones. Because I wouldn't want the horns to be super duper delicate, all hanging off, and I don't think I would want them to be crazy stumpy either. I have a very rough I mean it could have some like down curling horns, but I think I would do that more as a decorative, like Baphomet kind of mug thing with some like architectural elements and stuff in maybe. I also have a yeah, I have a couple of ideas. I want to do a nice like advertising style devil at some point, like the coupe version, one of those kind of devils. Yeah, that's starting to be. I also have a Cthulhu project that I've been thinking about for a while. And I have some sketches for lots and lots of projects. I think I've got the next close to 6 months worth of stuff to be cast, either complete or very close to it. Um, I've got this guy that I actually started it at your place.
I like him.
Needs to be cast up. He's pretty much done. I may change my mind on some kind of a weird little fascinator type hat, but the sack boy needs to be cast. Right now I'm planning to do that one somewhere in preparation for Halloween season. So, shoot for production during July kind of range. Yeah, I think Scarecrows and Halloween is a good match. Um, I've got this Killer Clowns style penny that is largely ready to go. It'll need some light touch up before it goes into casting. So they collect little clay boogies and stuff as they sit on the shelves. But yeah, he's almost ready to go. I'm going to do that one reasonably soon. Yeah, a little bit of hair. Mostly the clay boogers. But yeah, he should be a good sized one too. That'll be a good big mug. This is the next one that's going to get cast. It just needs a little bit of cleanup around the base. This is my big Gene zombie. Well, yeah, I have some blinding shorts. These are my uniform work short. I have like 5 pairs of these. Very comfy.
Yep.
Yeah, this one is just about done. Just needs a little bit of base cleanup. And well, thank you. I redid the teeth. They're still the teeth still annoy me a little bit because they're a little too small, but that's how that's just how the teeth the dental appliance that that he was wearing was they wanted to have some gum line showing apparently, so the teeth are a little small and a little unusually placed. So I kind of went with a compromise solution. Yeah, that one needs to be cast up fairly soon because I haven't messaged him yet, but I think Eugene Clark is usually at the Comic-Con in Niagara Falls. So I want to have it done for that show. He'll definitely be at Frightmare. Um, he's been at Frightmare, well, I suppose as definitely as anybody else will be. He's been there every time. I think he's been at Comic Con as well. He's usually at the Hamilton Comic Con too, but we're not able to do that one this year. I don't know if he usually shows up on the guest list or if he's a vendor type. He's like part way.
Yeah, I don't know.
I will see. Then I also have this one that's in a much less finished state, but if possible, I would like to get this done before Frightmare. But that may not be possible. This is already, what is that? 1, 3. Yeah, that's all already already at least the next 4 to 5 months. Even without Mr. Burns. I have I have a lot to do. So much to do. Oh, we do have about 15 minutes left of stream, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Much to do. It is. It's nuts when I think about all the stuff that I have ahead project wise. So I typically don't think about it. That's not even counting whatever crazy things I'm going to end up doing on stream after this.
Does it help to just not think about it? I mean,
it,
temporarily.
it doesn't hurt.
You know, coming from the guy who made fun of me about leaving things to the last minute.
Okay, I'm not leaving anything to the last minute. Like I have 6, probably close to 6 months worth of sculpts done, ready to or near done, ready to go, ready to be molded. I'm not gonna do them all up at once. That would be impossible in this economy. But yeah, I don't need to dwell on what all I have just languishing, waiting to be cast up. And it seems like I'm just during stream time sculpting, I'm averaging a new monster every month and a half to 2 months. So yeah, genuinely don't know if it helps, but doesn't hurt. I've had a request for a new larger scale Frankenstein, like a real pure horror Frankenstein, for well over a year now. Someone asked for that. I have no idea who even asked anymore. Keep meaning to do a new I mean, I can do lots of stuff before I make a bride if I want to. I think when I do a full-size bride, I'm gonna want to come up with some kind of a good concept. Um, the the big hair is just not not enough of a thing for me. I did have a thing that I was doing based on the like one bride with the bulging eyes. I forget her name. Uh oh, I think you're talking about Andre Melly, but she was a one of Dracula's, one of the Hammer Dracula bride characters. I think that's who you're talking about. It's Andre Melly.
You know the one that I used for mine? Her eyes are kind of
You used
little,
Elsa Lancaster.
yeah, her eyes are a little bulgy.
I mean, she's got big eyes, but
A little bulgy.
well, I mean, yeah, but yeah, I think that's who she's talking about. Guys, I haven't done a painting of Elsie Lancaster. I mean, I want to do a a few more portraity things. I like Andre Melly. I like Barbara Steele. Her her witch from Black Sunday or Bloody Sunday. Manos is bright. I mean, I could do. But yeah, I did have an idea for a Frankenstein bride project that I was kind of kicking around with the kind of accepted Ripper victims. Sort of some an amalgamated woman made up of some of the Ripper victims and some of the old like crime scene stuff, but that I would need to rework that again. I've lost all of my all of my prep work for that. I did that a few years ago now. Um, I've also considered some like fan cast sorts of ideas, kind of who'd make a good Bride of Frankenstein out of the out of working or you know more current actors. Um, was one idea that I had. I can't remember if Eva Green did it in Penny Dreadful at all. The one I always compare to Grumpy Cat. Yeah, she did do a Bride of Frankenstein bit. And I mean, obviously, there's always uh, damn it, now my brain just wants to say Cloris Leachman, but from Young Frankenstein, what is her name? Why help us out, Mrs. White, Madeline Kahn. Yes,
Screen.
yeah, always love a Madeline Kahn. No, definitely Igor would be great. And I do want to do an Igor version. Don't know if I would do just a Marty Feldman Igor or kind of a more prosthetic sort of treatment. 2 minutes left. Oh, well, we made some headway on the foot. I don't think that varicose veining is going to be a problem now that I look at it with some textures thrown over it. Marty Feldman would also be a really good portrait sculpt to do if I was ever in an educational environment again. Teach about my one of my personal pet peeves with the that looks like that's our time, and the kill needs attention. But yeah, I would love to do a Marty Feldman type thing if I was ever teaching again, because all of those little like presets that people have in their head, or this is what a face looks like, it doesn't work with Marty Feldman. Anyway, night pain. Night, everybody else.